Okay, so in this video we're going to work a little bit with flows. And so as you can see here, I have a lot of flows. Over here on the right hand side, we have kind of our control area. And so if you click on I, it'll list all your flows. And so you see all these flows here. And right now they're actually all disabled. So if I click on this, you can enable them or disable them. Also, there's global configuration files. So like when you're working with configuring certain types of nodes and you want to manage those are like down underneath here. So like we have a MQTT broker. When we created that broker, it's down here. If you wanted to access that, you can access it over here in this info field also. But if what the first thing I'm going to do here, you see I just kind of have this flow here that I just imported. I'm going to just go ahead and well, one thing I'll show you, you can export that. So if you wanted to export a flow, you could come over here, click export, and then you can either select the current flow or you can like export all flows, and then you can either copy. If you're just doing one flow, you can copy that to the clipboard. If you're doing all flows, then you definitely want to like download those and download it to a file. But you can like copy it and to a file. Now these flows are in what they call JSON format. Okay, so JSON format is just a syntax of storing the data. And so like I say, we can copy this, or I'm just going to cancel it for right now. I'm not going to download it, but you can download a flow or all the flows very easily. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete the flow. So I click on the hamburger, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to delete the flow that I'm currently on, which is this flow 1. Okay, and so then that flow now is gone, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to import a flow. Now for this first lab here, we need to import it. So I'm going to come over here to our Brightspace, and I go to lessons. Under lessons, we're going to week 1 and then down to the lab, and under the lab we have the starter flow, and I'm going to click and download that file. So you can see now this file has a .txt extension. It's downloaded into my download directory. So now I'm going to go back to Node-RED, and I'm going to click on this and I'm going to select import. And so if I had say copied this and I had just like all the text, I could paste it from my clipboard into here, but I'm just going to select the file I downloaded. Now it's in my downloads directory, but it's not showing up because we're only looking for .json files, but this particular file had a txt extension. So I'm going to click on all files, and then I can select that starter flow. And so as you can see, again, this is in that JSON format, so it's kind of hard to read everything that's going on here, but I'm going to click on import. And so that then imported the flow. Now the name of it was just flow 1, which was kind of generic there, but this just has basically 4 nodes. Now this first node here is just a comment node. It just allows you to put some information there, and then this one here is building a URL including a payload that's going to be injected. We don't have an inject node right now, but we have a payload. And then we have a this is just labeled data source here. I'm going to actually rename this and call it request from data source. Okay, so this is actually going to do a query. It does what's called a get, and gets the data from the NOAA website. And then this is going to process that data. Okay, so this is just in general what that flow is doing, but we've imported that flow. And one other thing here before I end this video is what I would like to do is rename this. So I'm gonna come back to the hamburger, down to flows, rename, and I'm gonna rename this to request data from Noah.